The realtor bubble around America is popping right now. That's right, realtors are dropping out of the housing market, basically giving up, acknowledging that they have difficult time making money in this market and acknowledging that home prices are going to go down. That's right, when you look at this data on the number of realtors in America going back 20 or 30 years, you see that it's very historically correlated and predictive of home price declines. That's right, when realtors drop, home prices drop, and I'm going to show you the data for that in this video. Without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm going to walk you all through a couple pages here from my February 2022 newsletter, the Reventure Consulting newsletter, where I have some articles and data here on the realtor bubble. And let's take a look at this, everyone. We can see data on the number of realtors in America going back 30 or 40 years. And from 1980 to 2000, we see a stable amount of realtors. But then take a look at this, everyone. 2001 to 06, the number of realtors surges. Not so coincidentally, they peaked in 2006, right at the peak of the previous housing bubble. Then the amount of realtors crashed during the subsequent housing crash, and now the number of realtors is way back up above the previous high in 06 at a new all-time high. Now you might be asking yourself, why is this relevant, the number of realtors in America? I'm going to show you in just one second, because when you look at how the changes in realtors impact home values and prices, you're going to be shocked at how strongly related these two variables are. And when you think about it, it actually kind of makes sense, right? If realtors start to get discouraged in the housing market, if they start dropping out, that is a sign that things aren't good. That's likely a sign that home sales are going down, and it's a sign that home prices will be going down. Conversely, if realtors are enthusiastic about the housing market and piling in, it's a sign that there's lots of sales, prices are going up. And so this metric from the National Association of Realtors, the number of realtors in America and how it's changing over time, is something you should be paying attention to as a barometer of the housing market in America. And you can really get a sense of this on the next page in this newsletter here, where we're comparing the blue line, the year-over-year change in realtors, to the yellow line, the year-over-year percentage change in home values. And folks, take a look at the insanely strong relationship here between the two. When the blue line, realtors, goes up, home values go up. When realtors go down, home values go down, both in the big swings that we saw in the early 2000s with the price increases and then the subsequent crash. We saw a big swing in prices up in the last year. The amount of realtors went way up, even down to like the micro changes. Take a look at this, like 2010 to 2012, we had a little micro crash in the housing market. We see both prices and realtors go down. 2017 to 2019, we also had a little micro downturn in the housing market. And yes, prices in both realtor growth went down. Why is this relevant today? We'll take a look at the shape of this blue line over the last couple months. It is going down fast. The year-over-year growth in realtors is decelerating at a very fast rate. The last time we saw this type of deceleration was 2006, everyone, and home prices went down pretty much right when that occurred. And why is this occurring? Well, one big thing is home sales are going down. Home sales over the last 2 or 3 months in America have collapsed year over year. And that's really the big piece that realtors hate. It's not even so much the prices and the values, it's when the number of transactions in the market slows, when home sales go down. That is really discouraging to a lot of realtors, and it's why we're seeing many realtors give up their licenses. Now, the question is, in the spring, when inventory rebounds, are we going to see home sales and the number of realtors go back up? I don't think so, because in the spring, we're going to see higher mortgage rates, we're going to see inflation even higher, which means lower savings in inflation-adjusted terms. So I don't necessarily think we're going to see a bounce back in demand in sales. I think we're going to see sales continue to go down, as well as the number of realtors continue to go down, which are both big indications of a future slowdown and crash in the housing market. Now, if you guys like this data and you want to see more of it going forward, what you should do is hit the join button below and become a channel member. That's different from a subscriber. A channel member gains access to exclusive content on YouTube for the Reventure Consulting YouTube channel, namely this monthly newsletter, which is 50 pages long, has all of the data you would ever want to know about the US housing market more broadly, and market by market has my insights and my best and worst housing markets to invest in this newsletter. And so if you want access to this newsletter, which just came out today, folks, the February newsletter just came out today. My channel members are already reading it. They're already watching the exclusive members only video. If you want access to that alongside my 1,200 existing channel members, hit the join button below. If you don't see the join button, there's a link in the description where you can become a channel member. The cost is $5 a month. And after you join, to gain access to this content, just go back to this video description. I have a link to the members only video that only members can see, February 2022 newsletter. Link in the description, hit it, and you're gonna be able to watch it, download the newsletter, and get all this great data. All right, everyone, until next time, this is Nick from Reventure Consulting, signing off.